Hello, I'm Chris Rhodes with Handgun Hunting and Field. Last year at SHOT Show 2024, I spent a little bit of money. I stumbled into Spohr revolvers of Germany. I picked up this 286 competition. When I got home, I immediately went to practicing with it, preparing for a hunt. I ran this thing down to Texas and took some exotics with it. You can read about those on the blog. They've been shared around a lot and shown by Spohr as well. This Axis hide here on the table is one of those animals. But one of the first questions that started coming in, because Spohr is a totally machined firearm to a lot tighter tolerances than any other gun out there, how's it going to hold up when it gets dirty? How's it going to run into a competition or through a whole hunting season and so on? Well, today we're going to answer that question. I have 4,600 rounds through this gun, and as you can see by the black on my fingers, I haven't cleaned it at all. All I've done when I come in from hunting in the rain and snow here in Wyoming is I blow it off with a can of duster, compressed air, just like you would your keyboard, and I wipe it down with a silicone rag to prevent any rusting. That's it. I have not cleaned the internals of this gun at all. As you've watched over the last year, or you can go back and review if you haven't, there's numerous videos and blog articles about the accuracy this gun has produced. This gun shoots extremely well, and it has not deteriorated due to the lack of cleaning, and neither has the reliability or function. The trigger is just as smooth as it was day one, and the gun just works. But let's go over the wear and tear it does have. So through those 4,600 rounds, I've shot numerous different types of bullets through it. They've all been full Magnum loads, no light loads, none of that stuff. It's all full potential 357 loads. One of the main bullets I shot was a Missouri cast bullet, high-tech coated. High-tech coating allows you to get around a lot of the bullet-to-bore, bullet-to-cylinder fit issues. And these are pretty inexpensive. 40, 50 bucks for 500 of them. That's pretty inexpensive for bullets. I definitely recommend high-tech coating, though. It allows you to get around a lot of the fit issues that you'd have with traditional lead bullets. Another one I shot a bit of because I had factory ammo was a Corbon 180 grain cast bullet. It's like a bare defense load. This is an exposed lead bullet. It'll have lube grooves down here within the case that'll have lube in it. But this bullet is lead touching the bore. There's been a lot of questions through Thomas Spohr's videos about shooting lead in his polygonal barrels. Hard cast is fine. High-tech coated is fine. Where the problem came was with, or where the problem historically came from, was with Glock years ago, back near in the beginning. People were buying swaged lead bullets and running them in there at full potential velocity. Swaged lead bullets are so soft you can cut them with your fingernail. You can't do that to these hard cast bullets or these high-tech ones. Those swaged lead bullets, say once again, are made to run at black powder velocity, and when you ramp them up to full potential and say like a 9mm, you're going to let up a bore extremely. To the extreme side, and that's what caused those Glocks back then to blow up. You're not going to have that problem with high-tech coated or hard cast bullets in a polygonal barrel. So I've shot those. I've shot a lot of Hornady XTPs. Hornady XTPs are probably the most prolific bullet on our shelves here in the United States because they're just loaded in everything. Or if you're a hand loader, they're available everywhere. Great accuracy, great hunting, all that stuff. They've shot a lot of those. Sierra Jacketed Hollow Core, my favorite hunting bullet in the cup and core design. Quite a few of those have been shot. They do really, really well, really accurate. I think they're the gold standard in accuracy for a cup and core design. Then a good majority of my shooting, including shooting Handgun Hunters competition last year, has been with cutting edge bullets. I used their 105 grain handgun Raptor. They're lightweight, makes them extremely fast. They're the same length as a 158 XTP. They knock down game way quicker than any of these other, my favorite bullets here, XTP or my Sierra. You've got to try them if you're a hunter, and if you're loading your own stuff, you got to try them for sure. But shot a lot of those. So what we have for wear and tear on this gun, first let's go over mechanical wear and tear. Once again, 4,600 rounds, zero maintenance, all Magnum loads, no light loads. So first off, let's go over forward and back play of the cylinders. One place you first start seeing wear. It's barely detectable in forward and back. This gun here, this Spohr is my wife's. This one has less than 1,000 rounds to it. They're about the same. This gun's practically new. It's just dirty there from where we did our last zeroing in the before hunting season, and then it was carried through season. We don't clean them again then until after season. But now let's go over side-to-side cylinder play. This is the next place you'll see wear and tear pretty quick. Hear it clicking back and forth. It's moving in an acceptable amount. as is this nearly new Spohr. There's almost no detectable difference between the two. 4,600 rounds, less than 1,000 rounds. Both of them are very tight. The other thing you would check for wear and tear right off the bat is your crane. The frame fit. This is what supports your cylinder. When a revolver goes bang, that cylinder jumps all over the place. All right, it puts a lot of stress on that. And if you push on the side of the cylinder, pushing out, and you got a great big gap starting to form there, which we don't have, that'd be a problem. All right, and you'll see that with some really ragged out guns. Even Smith & Wessons hold up well to that for a long time. When they're really ragged out, you'll get that gap to start forming on the extreme side. As far as mechanical wear and tear, there's hardly any. When I look at the forcing cone and such with that 4,600 rounds, I don't see any discernible difference between that and the one with less than 1,000 rounds to it. I don't see any speckling in there or anything else. There's definitely no cracking. Their barrels are thicker than the Smith & Wesson barrels. It's not having issues there at all. The only issues we have are cosmetic. So, and I wouldn't even call them an issue. It's honest wear and tear because it's 4,600 rounds. That's more than most people shoot in a lifetime. I shot it in a year. On the flats of the cylinder, and I'll show a close-up view of it there in the picture above me, you'll have speckling on the front of the cylinder and the DLC coating. That's where when the gun goes bang, all this fire comes out from that barrel cylinder gap. And in that fire there is particles of unburnt powder, pieces of brass, copper, all the other stuff. It's like sandblasting the metal. It just impacts that finish and knocks them off. You don't see any of it on these other two stainless steel guns. The only thing we have that would get some people's panties in a bunch is we got the slightest bit of flame cutting starting at the top. That little bit of flame cutting looks like a line across there. I can maybe get my fingernail to snag on it. It is not an issue at all. And where that's coming from is probably the excessive amount of 105s I've shot. These 105 handgun Raptors are really light. Being light allows them to go fast. Being fast for monometal bullets is what makes them kill. And kill the way they do and the way they took all this game this year. But the downside of the extremely fast straight wall cartridge bullets is the flame cutting they cause in a revolver. So we used to see this back in the day with the 357 Maximum and like the 110 grain jacketed bullets. They'd get flame cutting in the top strap, some to the extreme. This is pretty minimal. It's actually, for 4,600 rounds, I'd say it's actually normal. I don't think it's a problem at all. And it probably just has to do with the amount I've shot this thing and not the bullet at all. So, once again, hardly any wear. Function just fine with all that ammo and zero maintenance. The gun's been phenomenal. You can see all the accuracy stuff out there. There's plenty of blogs and plenty of videos. The gun just works. Hopefully we've answered. That was like the last questions out there. Will it run dirty? Yep, sure will. 4,600 rounds worth. I think it'll run dirty. Can you shoot lead in it? Yes, you can shoot lead in the polygonal barrel. Just don't use the old swage lead stuff for black powder velocities and it'll be okay. You should clean your gun well before 4,600 rounds though. You don't need to repeat what I did. So the Spohr, in a summary of the year, the Spohr has been phenomenal. The accuracy's been there, the reliability's been there, and the features have been there that the other top makers don't have, like say Korth doesn't have. It allows me to put my optics on there. I've been able to swap around between optics. I've been able to mount whatever Smith & Wesson base I want on there, like you see on the 283 carry. I got a little micro dot on there from Ultra Dot, an Ultra Dot Prime Reflex prototype. Then I'm running these bigger Ultra Dots on these other two, the EGW bases. All your Smith & Wesson bases fit. I'm running nil grips now. Thomas Spohr had these sent over after he saw my first few reviews. And thanks, Thomas. Now I've had to put them on every gun I own, and they get pretty expensive. Even these carry grips from nil are ridiculous, and now I can't go back. I hope this helped answer those last few questions. Stop by Spohr at SHOT Show, either at range day or at the booth. I'll be there with them day one at SHOT Show. I can help answer all your questions. I can dive into whatever you want to dive to, and Thomas Spohr will be there, the maker of the gun, who can give you even more than I can. I'll be running around with the new Ultra Dot Prime and the Ultra Dot Match Dot 2 Green on a couple guns at range day. Come give them a whirl. Stop by and check us out. Give us a like and subscribe. Follow along. Make sure you get on the blog and read all the past blogs about what we've done with this Spohr and help fill in the gaps. And let's get ready to see the new guns come out for 2025. We're looking for the Spohr 22 to come out and the Spohr 44 Magnum will hopefully both make debut at SHOT Show 2025. And I'm looking forward to shooting them myself. And I can't wait to run a Spohr 44 next year for hunting season. Thank you for watching.